What's happening today, boys? Oh, sunset. What's going on today, boys? Today I just thought I'd bring you a little wheelie tutorial. Yeah, so the most vital thing to do is always to have your foot cover in the back brake. That's very, very important. Saves you looping it. It's very, very important to have your foot on the back brake. But when you're actually doing the wheelie, the way to get it up, this is different depending on bike size and weight, everything. But what I like to do, sit at the front, and then I like to push in my clutch, and then again, depending on power and weight, depends on how much throttle you bring, but I like to just sort of go back to a comfortable little spot, about maybe a quarter, and then I throw myself back into the bike and pop the clutch, and usually that brings it up sort of, pretty simple. So I'll give you a little demonstration just here. So as you could see, I just popped my throttle, did everything perfect, and then I sort of rock back to a perfect point. It's called your balance point, where everything is just balanced out. You're sitting in a good spot on the back of your seat, and you're just comfy. It's easy to keep up, and it's not too far back, not too far forward. And that's the hardest bit, learning to wheelie, is getting to there. But once you get to that, you'll find that you'll start to get a lot better a lot quicker. But I think that's the easiest bit. And I also really like, you can't see, but there's a hill just down there, and I like to do them. I like to learn going uphill. Whenever I teach anyone, I try to teach them going uphill. I think it's a bit easier. I think it's easier to get your front wheel up. But I think there's a lot of practice involved. I think that's the main thing behind wheelies. But I think it's also about finding your balance and finding what works for you. I know some people like to have their arms straighter. Some people like to sit a bit further forward. But it's sort of just, it's a little bit personal preference, I think. But what else is there? If your bike, you'll find sometimes your bike will fall either side. And to prevent that happening, you do sit just that tiny bit further in your seat. It can help out a lot. So I think, that's pretty well it. But lots of practice. Always wear your gear. I know I'm wearing shorts, but I've got a helmet, boots, and a long shirt on. So, I think that's pretty well it. Lots of practice, lots of patience. It's taken me years to learn how to wheelie. So, it's a bit of a knack to it, but I think that's pretty well it. But as you get better, obviously, you can move on to knee knockers and seat stands, etc., whatever's easiest. Whatever works for you. There's a few little things I forgot to mention. Flat surfaces make it a lot easier. So the flatter, as you can see, this road's relatively flat. Still a bit bumpy, but it's the flatter the surface, the easier it is. Just going into a bit more depth too. So if your back wheel, if you're going too far back, obviously you want to slam on the brakes. It's the easiest way to do it. And obviously if your front wheel's going down, you want to give it throttle. That just helps you, And then you want to, use your balance point, like I was saying before, to balance perfectly between your brake and your throttle. Especially on a two-stroke. A two-stroke, you need a lot of brake. Four-stroke probably not as much, but still need to cover your brake. A bit windy now. I think that's probably mainly it. And I think, just try and be safe. Learning to slow wheelie first is a lot more beneficial long term. It's probably almost harder to do when you're learning, but it's a lot better to do long term. I think it can help out a lot. So that is my little bit of advice, is learn to slow wheelie first and then take it into the high gears. But it's sort of personal preference. Do whatever you want. It's all pretty well similar, but yeah. And I just like to start the wheelie. I just like to find the perfect amount of revs. I think that's the easiest thing to do. But yeah, no, get out there, have some fun, practice it a little bit, make sure you wear your gear, and take it to some new tricks when you're ready, I suppose. Good luck. But yeah, no, that was somewhat of a tutorial. Yeah, no, I think just remember to keep your back brake covered, wear your gear, and practice. That's pretty well the only thing to do. I know the tutorial was a bit dodgy, but hopefully it'll get you started. But yeah, no, if you enjoyed it, just please subscribe. That'd be pretty good. Really appreciate it. Thank you.